we're going to go into the main app. And the main app is the Madam Web set photos.
All right.
And
no idea what's going on with this.
Exactly. And everyone's confused because right there, it looks like Aaron Taylor Johnson wearing some kind of Spider-Man suit, like he was Kraven the Hunter, and it makes no sense. And there's Dakota Johnson there on the floor and some little black girl who's going to play another Spider Girl, but they're obviously not Spider Women. They're just fucked up regular women, and he's some kind of Spider-Man. But that's not Aaron Taylor Johnson. That is a stunt double. The stunt double is standing in for an actor who is playing a guy named Ezekiel. Now, in the comic books, and I'm talking about the Spider-Man Spider-Verse comic books, which I have back there somewhere. I'm going to show you motherfuckers, but I got them all stored back there. Spider-Man comic books. Ezekiel is this guy who, in another universe, or I think, or it might be from the same universe as our Peter Parker. I'm confused. I haven't read it in a while. This was a long time ago, Kike. It must have been 7 years ago or something.
Is it?
Yeah, it's been a while. Whenever this shit came out, because I don't remember, but I have it back there. This motherfucker actually got bitten by the spider first before Peter. And he got the powers. But he decided not to become a superhero. And he just lived a normal life, became a scientist, and got rich from being a scientist because he worked for a corporation and shit like that. And he never used his powers. He had them, but he never used them. But he realized that the spider, it wasn't an accident. The spider is part of a totem. You know, like those Native American totems?
Yeah.
Well, there's totems, but there's animal totems. In each totem, each rung is from a different universe. And so the animal spirit has to be put into a person in every universe. And so that's why there's a Spider-Man, but there's also a vulture, a rhino, a scorpion. And you know what I'm saying? That's the reason why he has villains that are also animals, because of this totem thing, spiritual totem. But the totem goes in every universe, right? And so this guy in the Spider-Verse, there's these vampires, and they're not like the kind of suck blood, but they suck life force from spider people.
Oh my god, yeah, I know.
From spider people.
Energy fucking like vampires.
Yeah, energy vampires.
Those people.
But
I fucking hate those people.
But they only feed on Spider-Men from different universes. That's their food. And so
interdimensional fucking like vampires.
Vampires. But they only feed on that one species, or you know, and that species is Spider-Man, the person that has the power. And so that's where the Spider-Man comic book is all about. Is all these Spider-Men come together to fight these fucking vampires who are killing Spider-Man all over the universes. That's what the Spider-Verse comic books is all about. Ezekiel is one of those versions of Spider-Man that didn't use his powers, like I said, and just became a scientist. All right. Now, he never wore a suit and never even looked like this. Here is a picture, and I'm giving you a picture of a bunch of other characters. But here's a picture on the left side of Ezekiel. Yeah. And then here are two other characters that I think this is how Sony is fucking up. There's a guy in the middle called La Tarantula. The Tarantula.
The Tarantula.
And he's like this Spaniard Mexican guy who fucking has the powers sort of a Spider-Man. But he's a bad guy.
He speaks Spanish, but he's hairier and taller.
Yeah.
Bigger.
And
he's a Spaniard.
The Spaniard Spider-Man. Yeah, he's like Zorro, but Spider-Man. Yeah. Tarantula. That's what he calls it.
He's not Zorro. He's a wolf.
And then the other guy on the right side is Kane, which is actually a clone of Peter Parker that is defective. And that's why he has veins and looks all fucked up. Yeah. And so I think Sony is being a dumbass, and Sony is combining all three characters into the bad guy And they're saying this guy comes from the future. He's a version of Peter Parker. And they're going to combine all these three dumb motherfuckers to make him into this character, his backstory. They're going to say he comes into the present
Don't
time.
worry, nobody reads comic books anymore.
Yeah,
This is the movie.
Yeah.
Those are the producers.
Yeah. I think he's going to come into the present time to try to kill fucking what's her name? Richard and was it Martha Parker? Richard and
I don't know, man.
Richard and
You
Mary
were telling me this story.
well, he's coming back to kill Spider-Man's mom while she's pregnant. Mary Parker. I think it's Mary.
Oh, she's a bitch. That's her name. Bitch.
Mary Parker. He's coming back to kill Spider-Man before he's born.
Yeah.
While she's pregnant. That's why he's coming back. And I think that's why his suit, because if you look at this suit, it has webs. So he's a variant. Yeah. He's a Spider-Man variant. And they're probably going to say he's the Terminator. He's from the future, and he's trying to kill Peter Parker before he's born. You're fucking up, Kike. They're fucking up all the lore and everything we've ever known about Spider-Man. You know what's the worst part?
This is weird.
The worst part they could do, and I hope Marvel doesn't allow them, because you know they're partners in this bullshit.
Yeah,
they are. Disney is partners with this bullshit now, but I hope they don't allow this.
Yeah.
The worst thing they could do is say that Peter Parker is born, and to save him from this multiversal bad guy, because that's what he's going to be. He's a bad guy that travels the multiverses. He's not from this universe. Yeah. He's from the future. So yeah, he's from the future. This multiversal bad guy. To save Peter Parker, they throw him through a portal, and he lands with Marissa Tomei, Aunt May, in the MCU. And that's the story of our Peter Parker. That's why if they do that, it's going to piss me the fuck off.
Well, I mean,
it's Sony after all.
Sony's pretty fucking like weird about this stuff.
I hope they don't do some bullshit like that.
Well, I hope they don't. Yeah, no. Jesus.
What do you think of these pictures and what I've told? Like, obviously, what I'm telling you is theories. But they know that this character's name is Ezekiel. So what do you think?
That's not making it into a fucking like thing that is like Israelites and shit like that. Palestinians. Ezekiel is like a biblical fucking name.
I know, but that's why they use it in the comic books for.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want politics in this shit. Religion and shit. Fuck that.
Sony doesn't know what they're doing. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey, like shit like this, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel and check out the full podcast on the link to the right, where we discuss more topics we don't post on these short videos. Peace.